What is going on YouTube? Yo soy Arms and I'm back with another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. I hope you guys had a fantastic Friday. I hope you guys had a fantastic week, right? Um really good stuff this week in terms of the journey. As you can see here, or if you're in the Discord, we passed one account on Wednesday, so that means we had two left. I did not trade Thursday. Uh just you guys, if you saw my last video, you know why I did not trade Thursday. Friday came around and we passed one account, right? As I took one trade. As soon as I saw that account hit 5,300, I cut off the trade, and that means I have one more account left. And that one needed one more trade to be passed, so I kind of just was waiting for PM. I was trading. It was during PM session. I was kind of just waiting. Saw one more trade, took that and passed that account. Really nice stuff. Really good stuff in terms of in terms of how this week went. But as you can see here, three express accounts ready to go. Three express accounts ready to go for this week. If you're in my Discord, I pretty much everyone say new week, new opportunities, new blessings, right? So same idea here, right? Even though we really saw it last week, I do not want to get overconfident, right? The important thing is to just keep following your system, keep doing what you're supposed to do, and take the trades that you've seen multiple times and have the same ideology and concept behind it, and you'll be solid, right? And that's kind of what I also wanted to point out today is I really do think journaling is important, or at least screenshotting the trades you took and pasting it onto like your own private Discord or whatever. And here's the reason why. We all know futures trading is systematic, right? Obviously, options does have some features into it, but options do have a lot of outside factors in terms of you have earnings, you have the company could get like a crazy lawsuit that you didn't even know about, blah blah blah. Like too many outside factors. Futures is a little bit more systematic, right? So what I'm trying to get at here is each trade you screenshot it, post in your private Discord. And one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of my trades have been starting to look the same. I've been noting this. I've been noting this for quite a while, and I'm like, okay, if my trades look the same, well, obviously it's not gonna look identical, like word for word, bar for bar, but it's gonna have the same concept and ideology around it as to why I'm taking the trade, right? Um, so I was looking at my past trades, and I'm like, damn, like a lot of these trades look the same. I need some water. Hold up. Yeah, so I really do think if you're kind of lost in terms of you think you have a system, you think you have a strategy, um make sure you document every trade you take and you compare it to the trades that actually work where you think you're using your strategy or your edge in the market, right? So for me is like inverse for value gaps, change of states and stuff like that, right? And then just kind of just price rating, right? I do think price rating is a little adds a factor into it. But in terms of my trades, like they all look identical in terms of why I'm taking them, which is really cool to see. And I really do think people don't really pay attention to that as much, right? And that's why backtesting, a lot of people will say to backtest is because you have this strategy. Okay, you go into you go into your backtest session, and you apply the strategy, and obviously it's not going to look the same. But the whole important thing about backtesting is backtesting your strategy in different market conditions, right? So you can see how your strategy can look in various conditions. You get what I'm saying? Because obviously your strategy is not going to look word for word, bar for bar each trading session. Obviously, delivery one day might be a little bit slower than the other day, so it might look a little bit different, right? But the whole concept is really just make sure your trade looks the same in terms of, why you took it, why it makes sense to you, and like stuff like that, right? So I just wanted I just wanted to point that out there. Really, just something for you. Maybe it might help a lot of people, but for me, I think that is one of the things that has leveled up my trading, is that my trades look identical in terms of, my ideology as to why I'm taking this trade. um and yeah, right, which is really cool to see. I patted myself on the back. And if I were to take a trade and I screenshot it and I post it in the same, Discord where I post my private stuff, and I look at it, I'm like, okay, this trade does not look the same as the other ones, and like this is probably just a random trade I took off an impulse, right? And and I kind of just journal, like, I took a trade off of impulse, and this trade does not look identical to any of the other trades I've taken within the past month or two, right? And I kind of just write in my journal, you're like, take the trades that are going to work, that look good to you, that make sense to you, right? And yeah, you're right. So I just wanted to point that out there for you guys. But let's jump into the trade recap for Friday and the trades I ended up taking, right? So first things first, let's market open, which is pretty much over here, right? We do have 630 sitting at right over here. Now, higher time frame narrative. If you watched my video, I think 2 days ago, a day ago, right? Obviously, market maker buy model here, and then we're noticing the tendencies price has, right? So price is pulling up, right? Coming back in, retracing, continuing to go higher, retracing, and then potentially continuing to go higher. Now, I think last time I uploaded a video, we were like around here, and I was pretty much talking like, I wouldn't be surprised if we retrace and then continue higher, but who knows, right? But that actually ends up working out here, as you can see, which is really nice to see. So coming into market open here very early, we did have buy side sitting at this high, right? We do have buy side sitting at this high, which is really cool. And we actually ended up just completely destroying this buy side. Now, I did not trade AM. I know some people in my Discord were trading AM. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I kind of traded AM, but I joined the party kind of late, right? I joined the party kind of late. You're gonna see why. So right, so we took buy side here, as you can see. Now I'm like, okay, I need to wait for something. We're way too high up. I need to wait for some kind of retracement, right? Now, on the 15-minute, first things first, look at this. Equilibrium, right? 15-minute range, right? This is the high, this is the low, this is currently the range that we're playing in. Price retraces to equilibrium for the most part, or let me draw this to a T. Right, so pretty much price retraces somewhat to equilibrium, which is really nice to see. And equilibrium also is basically this 15-minute fair value gap here that we made during pretty much during New York AM open, right? So this is really nice to see, right? So price retrace back into equilibrium, right? So let me go ahead and draw this and put it over here for now. Now I'm like, okay, we retrace back into equilibrium. Obviously, the higher time frame structure is we go up, take buy side, retrace, and continue higher to take buy side, and then retrace. So it's kind of I'm just basically like applying the higher time frame model here with this, right? So we come up, we take buy side, and we come back down and retrace. This is equilibrium. Not only that, we pretty much take out this sell side sitting at down over here, which is really nice, right? So we took sell side, we're bouncing off of a 15-minute here, right? I do see we do have a 1 minute change of state of delivery, right? 1 minute change of state here, and this 1 minute change of state gets absolutely blasted by this candle, right? Now, I'm not really one to just enter off of change in states like that. I do need a little bit more, and a lot of my videos have inverse fair value gaps, right? So we do have a clean singular inverse fair value gap, good size right here. Gets completely destroyed with momentum. I enter off of here, right? Pretty much stop loss at this change of state of delivery, which is pretty much 20 points, and pretty much target this high. And this is also pretty much relative equal highs here as well, right? So really, really good stuff. I really like this trade. Really nice. And yeah, so I took this trade, and this was enough to pass my second account. I think this was like 400 something, 500. So it was enough to pass that second account, and I still had one more, which was pretty much shy, off by a couple hundreds as well. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's continue. Let's see if we can find another trade here as well. So we come back up, right? So this is a move up. We actually end up sweeping buy side here again as well, right? And as soon as we pretty much sweep this buy side, we end up continuing to go down. Now let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute here. Now, so this is the new range, right? So we swept buy side on the 15-minute, right? And this is the new range we're currently playing in. So this is acting as a new sell side on the higher time frame. Price retraces back into equilibrium of this range, as you can see, right? This is equilibrium. Pretty much come back in, touch it, and then continuing higher. Okay, so I'm like, okay, definitely going to be looking for longs here, right? And we're also keeping in mind of the higher time frame narrative, right? Higher time frame narrative is just boop, retrace, boop, take out this buy side, or, you know, retrace, and then continuing to take out this buy side here, right? So again, I was kind of just waiting. We take out this buy side. Now I go into the lower time frame, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So equilibrium pretty much lines up with this 5-minute gap here, and there is also an SMT here with ES, as you can see. So this is an SMT here with ES. Boom, SMT, right? So we're back in equilibrium. We formed an SMT. We're touching. We're respecting this 5-minute fair value gap, and then right. So we pretty much also swept this here as well. Pretty much swept this, and then we failed to seek. Right, we failed to seek out this low sitting here. Right. Go ahead, mark this out. So fair to seek out low. I don't know why this is gray. Let me make this white for you guys. Right. Failed to seek low here as well. So I'm looking at the 1 minute. I'm like, okay, is there a potential entry here? Right. There is an entry here, but for the most part as well, we do have a 5-minute change of state of delivery. I'm looking at this 5-minute change of state, right? So that your 5-minute change of state would be right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that out for you guys. Change in state, 5-minute. Here is your 5-minute change of state, and we do have an inverse fair value gap. Now I was being a little bit more patient here. I don't like this inverse. Inverse is not a good size. This inverse here, I don't like this close. Look at this close. Like, this is good momentum. But the thing is though, I was kind of being a little bit hesitant already too, because this is already 10 o'clock. I was kind of just waiting for a little bit more. I wanted to see if we could come back down, maybe sweep out this low, maybe, but we didn't. We failed to seek out this low. And then ES on the other hand, as you can see, yeah, ES wasn't really doing all that much either. I just did not like this close, and I think on Top Step I was looking at it, this didn't even close as well. So I just did not take that. And also we did have this 5-minute here. This 5-minute change of state was pretty much right. We came back up. We did not want to close over this 5-minute here. We come back down to the 5-minute fair value gap, and then we get another expansion move on the 5-minute, right? So I mean, higher probability trades here are still longs. I like the fact that we retrace back to equilibrium of this 15-minute range. We're inside. We're respecting this 5-minute fair value gap. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, you know, we do have a nice inversion here, right? This is a good size. This is a good size for a value gap here that we have. Not the smoothest, but I see that we closed above this 5-minute here. I I see that we closed above this 5-minute here, so I actually had my entry on the 1-minute, as you can see here, and I'm pretty much entered like around this area, like something like this, right? And then stop loss a little bit under. Right, we do have a small 1-minute here, so I kind of just gave the trade a little bit more wiggle room, and then I was kind of just targeting this over here as well, right? So this is the new buy side. I was targeting, and we actually ended up, right, it wasn't the smoothest at first. I do have a recording here to show you as well. Give me a sec. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the trade I took. Currently up 5, 6, 7, around like $800 or whatever. And then it wasn't really the smoothest delivery, in terms of, right, here's me drawing out equilibrium of the range, and stuff like that. I'm kind of just waiting here, and I really wanted to see this 1-minute fair value gap hold. If this were to go inverse, I would have not liked that. That it's not in my favor. I really want to see this inverse fair value. I mean, this regular fair value gap hold us afloat to continue higher, right? I want to see this be the sponsor to the upside. So here it is, and we're holding this. Now, it wasn't really the smoothest delivery for the most part. It was kind of just chop. Again, I was kind of just waiting though. I really wanted this to hit. It all makes sense. So I was just letting it play out. And then eventually we get like a crazy spike to the upside, and we just take it all at once. And I'm I'm trying to snipe 5,300, and look at this. This is funny. We get a crazy pump to the upside, which is absolutely random, and I can't pause it. I got here literally by 20 cents, which is crazy. But yeah, that is the 2 trades I took on Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching until the very end. If you stuck around for that long, new week, we got a new week coming up. We got 3 new XFA accounts ready to go. Man, I'm feeling good. Don't want to feel overconfident. This week, I mean, I had a really good week this week, and then last week, I mean, who knows? I could be red all this entire week, and you know, we'll see. But the important thing is, though, again, come into the trading day fresh, new mindset. Don't want to be overconfident. You know, I have a system, I have a plan. Follow those things. It's been going well since I've been following those things. I want my trades to look identical, right? So I do take a trade. I want it to make sense to me. I want it to be something I've seen various times, right? So again, just, you know, I gotta just continue doing those things, and let's just keep printing. Let's scale these 3 XFA accounts up, and yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.